Okay, last night I saw G.I. Joe: The Rise of Cobra. If you've seen the trailer, that is pretty much all the plot this movie has. Literally. Character development is done through flashbacks. I only watched the TV show, so I don't know exactly how much got fully explained in comics, but essentially you're looking at kind of like Transformers, where all this is an action special effects fest, but they were smart in this movie. Acting is a minimal. Dialogue is a minimal. Like I said, character developments only in flashbacks. It's like 2 hours of straight action. So if you want to see an action movie, there's pretty much very little plot and very little thinking involved. This is it. This is the movie for you. Now we're doing spoilers in a little bit. I want to say one last thing real quick. We saw like 3 potential revivals. Transformers did a sequel, trying to, that's actually just based off toys from the 80s. Star Trek, and G.I. Joe. I know one's a sequel, I know, bear with me. Transformers 2, a lot of explosions, incoherent plot, more holes than Swiss cheese that's been shot up. Star Trek, good special effects, a plot that actually could be considered a plot. And acting that actually could be considered acting. Very good movie, did a great job. G.I. Joe falls in between the two. It's got a plot, and the plot is really simple. Everything is nanotechnology. That's it. That's it. The Badland Red Troopers, nanotechnology. The villains, nanotechnology. The warhead, nanotechnology. It's all nanotechnology, that's all it is. That essentially is like the whole crux of the movie, is using nanotechnology to destroy things. That's the basic review. It is an action flick. They've decided to do the least amount of dialogue possible. You get like training montages, shooting. The castings seem, pretty good. Scarlett is an attractive redhead. The Baroness, good job there. Destro, very good job. You find out a little bit of the history about the name Destro. That's fine. Pretty good job on Duke, pretty good job on Hawk. I can clearly say Marlon Wayans didn't irritate me throughout the whole movie, so he did a pretty good job there. All in all, decent casting, no shipwreck. Oh well, no big deal. Now I'm going to go some spoilers, so if you're in the mood for just a straight up action flick, it's worth it. Go see it. Now it's time for the spoilers. Okay, I remember hearing that, Storm Shadow and Snake Eyes were brothers. They were trained by the same person, so the term brothers is fairly loose. That's explained. That's actually done fairly well. You're brought up to speed pretty decently with Snake Eyes, pretty decently with Storm Shadow, and their connection with each other. Now here's the weird thing, though, okay? The Baroness was engaged to marry Duke, but Destro got a hold of her and gave her the nanites to make her some sort of, super killing chick. So the Baroness is actually a good character who's been corrupted by nanites. Her brother, who died 4 years ago and was supposed to be being watched over by Duke's character, also got affected by nanites. And he was instructed by Dr. Mindbender, which was interesting to see him. And he actually becomes Cobra Commander after, an experiment kind of goes wrong, and fire gets shot into Destro's face. She's with nanite, which gives him the metal face. So you get to see, him getting the metal face, Cobra Commander finally becoming Cobra Commander at the very end of the movie. But the fact that Cobra Commander is the Baroness's brother, and the Baroness was supposed to marry Duke? No idea. Decent twist, but it's one of those, okay, I thought the Baroness was always a bad chick. Okay, fine, whatever. And of course, Zartan. You only need to know Zartan because he whistles. At the very end of the movie, when they show the President of the United States, it's Zartan. So you have Destro with metal face at the end of the movie, Cobra Commander in weird metal face. I was hoping for I could tell why they didn't go for the hood. The hood would probably play very wrong. I was hoping for, like the nice chrome with, the helmet attached to it. No, it's just like a full face mask. kind of like Jason X style. So you have, like nanite infused metal head of Destro. Kind of like the first Fantastic Four movie style, where it's, and then you have Cobra Commander with like a weird face mask on, and they're sealed up in what looks like a straight scene right out of X-Men 1. But the President of the United States is currently being impersonated by Zartan. So there's your setup for your sequel.